Jai Hind, Vande Matram. Dear friends, I think you might have heard a news of Air India aircraft which was flying from Heathrow airport to the Bengaluru airport and the pilot had reported that the fuel cutoff switch has been slipped from its lock position to run position or vice versa. The exact reporting words, if you want to know, the crew noticed that twice the fuel control switch, which regulates the fuel flow of fuel into the plane engines, did not remain positively lashed in the run position when light vertical pressure was applied. What does it mean? My dear friends, we have not crossed 1 year also of that horrific Air India crash at Ahmedabad airport, and the preliminary report of that crash is being forwarded to the people that pilot has cut off the fuel switch knowingly. Can you correlate these two incidents? One where the fuel cutoff switch was moved from run to the cutoff position during takeoff and the aircraft crashed due to the non-supply of the fuel from the aircraft fuel tank to the engine. And in that situation, airline wants to blame to the pilot who has martyred his life. And now the same situation happened with the same type of the aircraft Boeing 787-8 of the same airline company, and the pilot is reporting that fuel control switch was not behaving as it should behave. The language may be anything, but ultimate meaning of that his statement is that fuel control switch was not getting properly locked in the run position and it was getting slipped from run to the cutoff with the very light vertical pressure. If this statement is correct, then there is a mechanical failure in the fuel control switch. And if the pilot is not emphasizing on the light vertical pressure, then there is electronic short circuit failure or electrical short circuit or failure or any malfunction in the supply system of that fuel switches. Because what happens, these mechanical switches in the aircraft, they behave like electromagnetic valves. If you put on certain switch, it will give the supply or it will cut off the supply. Suppose if it is giving the supply, electrical supply, at some place some mechanical valve will getting opened because electromagnet system is here and it is getting opening the electromagnetic valve. So these all mechanical action is being done with the help of electrical supply. And if there is any malfunction, this is the matter of the research. How in the same airline and in the same type of the aircraft, model of the aircraft, fuel control switch issue has been arised. I am not coming on any conclusion whether the pilot of that Boeing which crashed in the Ahmedabad did knowingly, did sabotage or what. That is not my part. But if the issue is related with the fuel control switch and the same issue has come with the fuel control switch, that means there is some issue in that aircraft, there is some issue with the electrical supply or there is some issue with the mechanical lock of that fuel control switch. Why can't the aviation agencies or the controlling bodies or DGCA, if in the case of India, why they do not wake up early even after the life of the so many people in the Ahmedabad crash? If he and ultimately that aircraft, I came to know that aircraft was grounded in Bengaluru. What the joke is being done? Why the matter was not reported at the Heathrow airport itself? Did it of that fuel control switch person who has worked in the aviation, they can understand that a small switch is the gateway for the fuel supply to the engine. If you're closed, your engine will not get the fuel and it will flame out. So that small switch is not the matter. It is the gateway of your engine, and it may crash your aircraft. So how dare that pilot tried to take up the aircraft from Heathrow and he brought to Bangalore, and matter was reported in Bangalore. Who has told him to keep his mouth shut at Heathrow airport? Why he has not sacrificed his service, even if for the life of how he has played with the life of the so many passengers? Who has allowed him? Who has convinced him? So first, this matter should be investigated. And another matter, the total responsibility goes to the Boeing 737 Dreamliner manufacturer, 787 Dreamliner manufacturer. How the same fuel control switch issue has been raised again. That means no lesson this airline has, or this Boeing manufacturer has learned from this tragic accident in the Ahmedabad airport. So what we expect when we will wake up after demise of so many people? We have not learned any lesson, and I am astonished, surprised, and I am in anger also that social media and mainstream media, they all are missing this vital news. My dear friends, today you are not flying, one day you will fly. What will happen if this happens with your aircraft? So please wake up, raise your voice, so that your concern should be flagging and flashing to the faces of the airline and manufacturer. How somebody can dare the fuel control switch malfunctioned, and how the pilot has dared to take off the aircraft? If his statement is correct, if the same thing might have happened in the air, that fuel toggle switch is so loose that it is coming very easily without breaking the lock, and in air, suppose his hand might have touched that switch, what would have happened? What would have happened in the air? Government is not bothered about anything. We have seen the drama of Indigo Airlines in the few months back. What has happened? Both after last crash, what modification did you carry out? So I am very much surprised how careless such airline company and such manufacturer can be. I appreciate only one media channel I have seen raising voice in his mainstream platform, that is Republic Bharat.